mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello, and welcome to Would You Die, the show where, no, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
And I think you guys lost the game.
We did, but we should have gotten that. That is like the quote.
It was another one that I thought it could be.
There's a bunch of the quotes from this movie.
That's true.
Not to get too far ahead, but I might mention how quotable this movie is in my Letterboxd review.
Yeah, that's fair.
What quote did you guys think it was going to be?
So we thought of the quote,
movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
I thought about that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I thought about, what's your favorite scary movie?
I also thought about that one, but that one felt too on the nose.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to like reference Ghostface, not quote Ghostface. I also thought about, I love that.
Thanks. I just felt left out because you have your shirt, and so I wanted to make a shirt.
You also have your art hanging.
That's true, but you got us that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about Scream. Sorry, this is not a visual medium. For those of you playing along at home, I just picked up my Ghostface mouse pad, and we have our Ghostface wall art that Austin got us from. Where did you get that from?
I think I got it. Well, it was from my dear friends Adam and Kaylee.
Right.
Follow Adam's art box on Instagram because Adam makes these amazing works of art that I just adore. I have so many of his prints. Lisa has one.
Yes.
Soon to be more, I'm sure.
I love it, so probably.
And he is just... They both are two, like, of my most dear friends. Friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod.
Friends of Austin. And, shameless plug, stars of my short film, The Blood Witch.
Love.
Which
10 out of 10.
Came out about a year ago, and when this episode is published.
That's so crazy to me that was a year ago.
Right? Me too.
Love that movie.
Yeah, Adam and Kaylee both star in it. Kaylee also being the literal Blood Witch. I love it. They're my homies.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, it's a Scream, like a ghost face that I got from him that I gave to Anneliese as a gift. We love Scream.
Definitely. We definitely love Scream. So,
can I say one more quote that I was heavily thinking about?
Yeah.
In the scene where Randy and Stu are in the video store, I thought about doing the whole, like, I'm telling you, the father's a red herring. If they watch Prom Night, they'd save time. There's a formula, a super simple formula. Everyone's a suspect. Like, I thought about memorizing that. Obviously, I didn't 100% it, but I thought about doing that whole bit.
Yeah. I mean, you almost got it, man.
I've seen the movie a couple times.
A couple.
So, yeah, let's... Oh, I should announce we are officially into Slashtober.
Yes.
All month we'll be talking about a variety of slasher films.
Yes, we will be talking about all of the slashers. Well, not all of the slashers, but a lot of the slashers this month. And we are starting out with everybody's favorite phone call, Ghostface.
Scheme.
So, again, spoilers for Scream. Synopsis, really quick. A quiet town is shaken when a masked killer begins targeting high school students, using horror movie rules as a deadly game. As bodies drop and secrets unravel, one girl must outwit a killer who's always one step ahead.
I like that synopsis.
Thanks. I worked hard on that one.
Nice.
So, what is your personal connection with Scream?
I just watched it yesterday. No,
That's really funny.
That is a flat out lie. I mean, I did watch it yesterday, but it's a lot more. There's a lot more history than that. Scream is one of my favorite movies.
Me too. Scream is my all-time favorite horror movie.
Nice.
So I love this movie. Yeah, I could kind of talk about how much it means to me all day, but I'll just kind of like let that naturally come out as we go through the podcast. But again, another movie that I watched in early adulthood, because remember, I'm pretty horror novice. But I think this was probably the first movie that I watched where I was like, oh, not only could I like horror, because that was like when we watched Cabin in the Woods, which was one of the first horror movies that I watched.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I like could like this genre. Scream was the first time where I was like, oh, this could be like my favorite genre. Like this could be one of the genres that I turn to.
Nice.
So yeah, I love Scream a lot. Yeah. I mean,
I would say that Scream is one of those movies that was a canon event for me.
Yeah.
Put me on the path that I'm on today. Especially with pursuing filmmaking. I've referenced Scream in a couple of my short films already. It's just very fundamental to who I am. I remember my mom showed it to me when I was young, high school. Mm-hmm. And I remember spoiler alert for Scream. And if I'm assuming if you're listening to this, you've seen Scream. But just in case, this is a murder mystery movie.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an important one to just watch. But yeah, no, Scream is so good. And like, obviously, I know we really haven't talked about this director at all. Wes Craven. But
I love Wes Craven, if you didn't already know.
And this one's very Wes Craven. All of the stuff that we talked about, which if you haven't listened to our Wes Craven month, go do that. Mm-hmm. Those are some great episodes. We got really into like his specific craft, and all of those moves are very present in this movie.
For anyone who was upset that I didn't put Scream in Wes Craven month,
we were saving it.
I always knew it was going to be part of Slashtober.
We had to save it for Slashtober. I mean, if we didn't do it in Slashtober.
And like we gave you Freddy.
Yeah, we did Nightmare.
No, we didn't. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's a little too on the nose. Be like, have you heard of his other movie, Scream?
Right.
And if we didn't cover Scream, if we did cover Scream in Wes Craven month, we probably wouldn't have covered People Under the Stairs.
Which I think was I was so glad we covered that because I loved that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, good on you for not saying People Under the Stairs.
Oh, now I feel bad because I love the People Under the Stairs. Bobby and Mike, I love you guys. Friends of the pod.
Always. That's why you didn't say it, so I had to give them their shout out.
That's fair. Fair.
But yeah, no, so all of the stuff that Wes Craven does so exceptionally well exists in this movie kind of on steroids. So this movie really revitalized the slasher genre, which we'll talk about more when we get into like
cultural impact.
Our monthly theme, our cultural impact.
Yeah. This, I gotta say, I think I said this during Wes Craven month. I not only think this is his best movie, this is his magnum opus.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's more than his best movie.
Mm-hmm. And I think, again, one of the things that we've talked about with Wes Craven is how well he understands teenagers and children, and how well he understands whatever group of teenagers he's working with. So in this particular instance, I mean, we've watched him do like 70s and 80s teens. Mm-hmm. Now we're watching him really understand 90s teens and Gen X in particular. Gen X is kind of famous for like their irony, like everything's under 10 layers of irony. Mm-hmm. They're detached, they're media savvy, and Scream really reflected that because it kind of satirized the way that teens in the 90s consumed horror movies.
Right.
Teens at the time were becoming very analytical. And so it was a lot of like talking about the rules of horror movies and talking about the tropes.
I do have to say, a lot of this comes from the screenplay written by Kevin Williamson.
Yes,
who
for sure.
also famously understands teens. You know, also writing I Know What You Did Last Summer and Dawson's Creek.
Right. Yeah. The openly discussing horror movie rules, making it both homage and critique, is like, that was new.
It was so new.
And it was really exciting because it's never done in a mocking way. It's not a parody.
Right. It's not a spoof movie.
It's not a spoof movie. It's not like, wow, look at how dumb all these characters are, because we're watching them simultaneously analyze but also fall for the tropes. I mean, that's part of it.
I have a hot take.
Tell me.
People like to call Scream a horror comedy. My hot take is I think Scream is funny. I actually think it's hilarious. It still makes me laugh, and I've seen it at least 20 times. It's not a comedy.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I've definitely referred to it as a horror comedy because I think that's the easiest way to put it in a box. Mm-hmm. But I would agree. It's very brutal and very honest with how brutal it is.
And it just happens to be funny. But, like, to me, I don't think you have to be funny to be like, it's one of those very, like, pedantic like, genre can mean different things to different people. But to me, I sort of classify genres by function, not by mood. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people, oh, I was scared, therefore it's horror.
Yeah. Oh,
I laughed, therefore it's comedy. Oh, I laughed and was scared, I don't like it. You see this a lot with American Werewolf in London as well. And I'll think of other movies where it's like, they're really funny, but they're horror movies. I think this is really funny. It's a horror movie. I don't think it's a horror comedy in the same way that Shaun of the Dead is a horror comedy.
I mean, yeah, like, because movies like Shaun of the Dead, they're focused on getting the laugh.
Right.
That's what they want to achieve with each scene, is how can they get the laugh.
And Shaun of the Dead still has scares.
Right. Whereas, like, Scream is, we want to scare you. We hope we can give you some giggles along the way. Yeah,
because I think what Wes Craven understands very well, and Kevin Williamson in this movie in particular, what they understand is when the audience is laughing, it makes the scares even scarier.
Yeah, because you're off your guard.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's absolutely true, especially when we look at like I think the character of Stu is a really good example of this, because Stu is like comic relief, right?
Right.
Throughout the whole movie, he's not taking anything seriously. Even at the end, when he's been revealed to be one of the killers, he's like this silly, goofy guy, whatever. But that almost makes him more terrifying.
Yeah.
Because he is capable of killing. And as Billy says, it is so much better when there's no motive. It's so much scarier when there's no motive.
Right.
Billy has a motive. As much as he wants to pretend he doesn't, he literally does. Stu's motive is, I am here for a good time, not a long time. Like, he's here
for the vibes.
Like, he's there for vibes. He's killing people for vibes. Mm-hmm. And so, like, he is, in some ways, even though he's not as sinister, he's the scarier of the two, because he's the one who's unpredictable.
And the way that this movie is really funny is in the sense that it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That you can't help but laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in this very scene, Sydney's talking to Stu on the phone because she's playing with them. She's turned the tables. She's like, oh, Stu, Billy's got a motive. What's your motive? Without missing a beat, Stu's like, pure pressure. I'm far too sensitive. And it's not a joke.
No.
It's a real character moment.
Yeah.
But it's fucking funny.
Brilliantly delivered by Matthew Lillard. Yeah, that moment specifically.
We will be talking about
so
all this cast, actually.
I want to put, like, so that's where I get what you're saying. I'm gonna push back on the horror comedy genre thing just a touch.
Oh, the actual comedian has thoughts on comedy.
Who would have thought?
Here's my reason I would classify this as horror comedy.
Okay.
There are movies, obviously, like, no doubt this is horror first, comedy as a subgenre second. But there are movies that are horror movies that have goofy moments or moments that make you laugh because of the absurdity or whatever. This is a movie that has crafted jokes and comedic timing built into the scenes. And I don't mean like a funny moment here and there. I mean like there is structured like beat for beat comedy in the script of this movie that I think for me as somebody as we made the joke just now as like somebody who dabbles in comedy.
And also, I mean, like, give yourself more credit.
You're a real comedian, dude.
You also, like, study comedy. I mean, like, this is a thing you do in your spare time. I've watched you do it.
Right.
And you've performed, in case listeners don't know, you have performed a lot of stand-up.
Yes. So I did years of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
For, I'm not going to call it a living, but for monies.
Yeah. Professionally, yes. I like to think I'm funny, but I am not a comedian.
Well, and that's where I think, like, this script, I think, bakes in really, really well-structured beat-for-beat jokes that I think work due to both cadence, which we see and we'll talk about with Matthew Lillard a lot, but even just, like, funny lines that are so obviously written as jokes. And that's where I think I would call it still a horror comedy, but it's definitely horror first, comedy second.
Here's where I'll push back on your pushback. Anneliese is just like, can I talk?
No, I'm enjoying this. I'm not the horror expert or the comedy expert, so I'm loving this.
It's Captain America Civil War over here.
And I'm Spider-Man.
Yay! Here's where I'll push back on the pushback.
Sure.
Or not even pushback. Let me kind of clarify, because I do agree with you. Scream has actual jokes, and it's funny. Reason why I don't consider it a horror comedy, like I said earlier, this is pedantic, right?
Sure, yeah.
In my head, a horror comedy is a comedy first.
Okay, I see.
Wouldn't that make it a comedy horror?
Or comedic horror? Because in my head, the second word is the subject...
It's doing the heavy lifting.
I understand. You're using horror as an adjective to describe.
That's my
I see what
process.
You're saying. Okay.
But I think it's a straight horror that happens to be very funny in the same way that American Werewolf in London is. I'm trying to think of more like Bodies to me is a horror comedy.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's aiming for
I would
comedy.
say this is probably more comedic horror then.
Sure.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a horror comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd probably be right. Comedic horror.
Megan is a horror comedy. You know,
still haven't seen it.
Can we, since we're on this subject, talk about some of our favorite comedic moments though before we get into the horror?
Definitely. I just want to kind of like finish my thought.
Yeah.
First, my thoughts are paragraphs. I'm sorry.
It's fine, I guess.
But that is a good call. I do want to do that. With Scream, even though it's hilarious and the jokes are really good, I don't think the jokes ever undercut the horror in the way certain Marvel movies, the jokes undercut.
Sure.
Right? It don't work for every Marvel movie. Not all Marvel movies can be Thor Ragnarok, which is a banger.
Agreed. We agree that Thor Ragnarok is a banger.
Yeah. Not all, so Scream never suffers from that.
Sure, yeah.
I think in my brain, a movie doesn't have to be funny to be a comedy. It just has to operate in these larger genre tropes.
Sure.
To me, Scream doesn't have any of the comedy structure. It doesn't have any of the what you expect from a comedy. It doesn't have a happy ending.
Right.
People live in Scream, but they're all traumatized.
Sure. Yeah. And like in a real way.
In a real
It's
way.
not like the end of Bodies, 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 where you're all just
It ends on a joke.
Right.
The whole movie's a setup for this punchline.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, people die, but it's a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
Scream is people live, but it's a tragic ending.
Sure.
It's and that's why I don't consider it a comedy, because on a larger, what's the word, structural level, it doesn't really feel like a comedy to me, even though it's hilarious and, to your point, has very excellently crafted jokes.
No, I think that makes sense. I think that's like when Anneliese said it's more comedic horror. I think that's probably a more apt descriptor. Yeah.
But like I said, it's all bullshit.
It's all pedant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pedantics. I'm being like a pretentious film bro about it. If you call it a horror comedy, it's fine.
Right.
I'm not gonna correct you on the street. Well, actually,
Yes, he is.
I mean, I'll correct you guys.
Favorite comedic moments?
Yeah, favorite comedic moments. Hard mode. None of them can involve Matthew Lillard. Just kidding.
Okay.
No, I was kidding.
Well, I mean, the first one I was going to bring up doesn't involve Matthew Lillard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
And that is School's Out. When Henry Winkler gets got, and they immediately play School's Out by Alice Cooper. So fucking good, bro.
You motherfucker. I have said multiple times how much I love that, and you stole it from me.
I love that moment.
We can't share. You stole it from me.
Yeah, I did.
I have said that in Letterboxd reviews in the past.
I'm sure you have.
No, I love that you love that too.
It's a great
It's
moment.
so good. It is one of my favorite needle drops ever.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think it just proves that, like, it's not just in the script, it's in everything, you know?
It's also, like, calling me out on my bullshit, because I just went on this whole tirade how Scream doesn't have any moments where comedy undercuts the horror. And this literally
That might
is
be the
a
only
needle
one.
drop.
That
A
might
needle
be-
drop undercutting.
That might be the only one, though. So it's okay. All right, what about you guys? Give me some more. Let's talk more.
I love the scene in the video store where Randy's just crashing out, as the Gen Zers would say.
As the Gen Zers would say.
And everyone's just looking at him. It makes me laugh. There is an extra who is one of my favorite extras of all time in this movie. They're like, because Stu and Randy are talking. He's like, well, if Billy really was the killer, how come he didn't kill, or why would he want to kill Sydney, or, that's his girlfriend? Mm-hmm. And Randy says, there's always some bullshit reason to kill your girlfriend. And this extra, who's out of focus, just looks up, has this extremely disturbed look on her face, kind of like looks to the side, and then walks away. And it makes me laugh every single time.
That's really good. I'll have to look for that next time, because I didn't notice that.
My favorite comedic moment, and it's not one moment. It's actually a series of moments, and it takes place over the course of the entire film. And you only really fully catch it.
Name all the jokes.
It's only something that you fully catch on your second and then every other watch through, but you don't usually catch it on your first. Is the way that Stu Macher just is fully like, we did it.
Yeah.
We're the killers the whole movie. And Billy the whole time is like, shut the fuck up.
The scene
Liver
at the
alone.
The scene at the fountain, like, after Casey gets murdered, kills me every time. Because once you know, you know. And
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole time, he's just like, maybe I did do it. Or, like, when he goes, I didn't kill her. And Billy's like, yeah, nobody said you did.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, nobody said you did. You guys can go. Why don't you guys go up to my parents' room and whatever. Subtlety, Stu. You should look it up.
At the fountain, where Sidney Prescott, played by the beautiful Neve Campbell, is like, how do you gut someone? and it's so clearly like, how can someone have it
Do
in them?
that, yeah.
And Stu's just like, well, you put the knife in the gut and you move it up the sternum. He doesn't say it like that, but I forgot
But that's what he says, yeah.
But yeah, he's just, and Billy's like, what the fuck, dude?
He's like, shut the fuck up. Why aren't you doing this?
Right.
Stu's just subtle stupidity through the whole movie. It's amazing.
I love him.
He's amazing. He's great.
Stupidity.
His stupidity.
But there's, and then the introduction of the iconic Courtney Cox's Gale Weathers, where it's like, she's trying to like catch Sydney at home after an initial Sydney's initial Ghostface attack, and they get away, and she's like, going to Kenny the cameraman, Jesus, the camera. He goes like, my name's not Jesus.
Yeah.
And then they get away, and he finally comes with the camera, and Gail just goes up to him. It's like, listen, I know you're about 50 pounds overweight, but when I say I need the camera, I mean get your fat tub of like, what'd she say? Your fat tub of lard ass up now.
Yeah.
It's so bitchy and so
Yeah.
funny.
It's really good.
Another moment I love is with Dewey, when he kind of first comes onto the scene in the movie, and his sister, what's her name?
Tatum.
Thank you. Tatum goes, she's staying at my house, or she's staying at our house, and he just goes, does mom know? Hilarious.
Yeah, that's so good.
Like, this is a funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But it's not horror, or it's not a comedy.
well, it's like, to me it's like American Werewolf in London, where it's so
I
funny.
totally agree.
I understand why people call it a comedy, but in my brain I'm like, but not really. But it is. It's not, but like, it's so funny. That's like, a normal person would understandably be like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
That's just me being pedantic. This movie's so funny.
So, Slashtober. Let's talk about it.
We.
Wrong movie.
We.
So, first I want to like define the slasher genre and then kind of talk about how Scream uses those elements, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Things that a slasher film traditionally entails. We have our mysterious killer, usually with a mask on or disguised in some way, stalking and murdering a group of mostly teenagers, usually. Not always, usually. Usually involves close range attacks, very bloody, sharp weapons. We're talking knives, machetes,
Woo woo.
that kind of stuff. And then there's usually a final girl trope.
Woo woo.
So Scream
Has all of the above.
has all of the above. So we've got our mysterious killer. We've got Ghostface. He's wearing a mask.
Mass killer. Yep.
Yep. Murdering a group of teenage victims. Correct.
Check.
Yep. Check. Boom. Close range attacks. Usually. Yes.
He actually has a long range kill in this movie, technically.
He does, but usually they are close range. In this movie. In the later movies, we get a little more creative with longer ranges attacks more and more often. But in this movie, there's only one real big kill that is a long range attack, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and slasher villains generally don't use guns.
Right. Although, there's a gun in this one.
Yes.
They don't use it, but they haven't.
And that's after the
reveal.
The killers reveal themselves.
Yes.
And then the gun is in the mix, but it's less of the slasher villain using it, more of there's a gun at play and everyone's trying to use it.
Yes, correct. And then we've got our final girl. Our final girl, Sydney Prescott.
Sydney Prescott. Do.
Never fuck with the original. Sorry, different movie.
That's we're gonna cover that in 4 years.
Well, fair. So we've got, our high school students in this small, close-knit town of Woodsboro.
Yeah.
And yeah, like very classic slasher tropes. I mean, it had to be, in order to do the whole meta thing, it had to be very stereotypical. And I think that's the thing that I love about this movie is how much it's beat for beat every other slasher movie, and yet so creative, so fresh.
Because it's one of the first films to point out the formula.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's a simple formula. Everyone's a suspect.
But it doesn't feel like, I think the thing that they could have run into is you're pointing out this formula and everybody's like, well, then how the fuck are they falling for it if they're pointing out the formula?
And I
but
think
it never feels like, oh shit, they're pointing out a formula, because I think the big thing is none of them, even when they know there's a killer on the loose, none of them feel like they're in a horror movie.
That's just life.
Right.
And also, the villains are aware of the genre tropes.
Right.
The villains are nerds.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking nerds.
Yeah. The villains are fucking quoting Anthony Perkins.
Psycho.
Exactly.
The villains are literally, their game is, I was watching The Exorcist and I thought of you.
Yeah.
I made this joke earlier, but I'm going to make it again. It doesn't work as well for me as it does Skeet Ulrich.
That's fair.
But even then, he says that, and Sidney Prescott's like,
What?
Okay. Go on, please.
He's such a weird guy.
And like,
I mean, like, murderous tendencies aside, he's a weird fucking dude.
yeah, who says that?
Who says that?
Hey, The Exorcist made me think of you.
Hot.
But like, yeah, the villains are aware of these tropes.
Yeah.
And that helps them get a step ahead of these characters who I don't think they know they're in a horror movie.
Right.
But they've seen horror movies. It's
Right.
really the first time where the characters have done something like that in the slasher genre.
Well,
The werewolf genres did this in the 80s with The Howling
Yes.
and American Werewolf in London. But they're not
Yes.
quite meta.
no. That being said, other groundbreaking things.
Mm-hmm.
The use of the phone. The taunting of the victims using modern technology. What would have been modern technology at the time.
Because he's not the first sassy slasher.
No, I mean,
Freddy
Freddy.
is.
Yeah.
And also Chucky.
Yeah, I know what I
very
was gonna say.
sassy.
And we have Chucky, and we have, yeah, definitely other ones. But he is the first one to use the phone to do that.
And not to get too ahead of ourselves, but continues to use technology.
Mm-hmm.
Because like texting wasn't a thing
Right.
in the original, but it becomes a thing, and social media and dating apps, all these become things in the Scream sequels. Even a fucking stupid ass voice changer.
Although
Not the
It
cool one.
it probably, like, although the phone thing probably originated in When a Stranger Calls, it was really popularized in this.
Well, this is a reference to movies like Black Christmas and When a
Right.
Stranger Calls.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Shit.
What makes Scream so fresh and original is it takes so many elements from so many different horror films.
Yeah.
Primarily slasher films, but those, pre-slasher thrillers,
And then we have the multiple killer plot twist.
which I don't think was done before.
No, that's new. Yeah, which I think was great. And I love that our two villains had such different motives.
Right.
And, like, again, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but in subsequent films, all of the people have different motives, and they all really fit with the time.
Right.
And they all kind of have, like, one line between them, which is, like, the need for attention in different ways.
Right.
But, like, they're all
And
pretty-
insane jealousy.
Well, yes. But they're all pretty unique.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun.
I totally agree.
So in terms of, like, its cultural impact.
Oh
Besides,
boy.
I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot. We've got the meta horror becoming a thing. I mean, like, now we have movies like Cabin in the Woods because of that.
Mm-hmm. It revitalized the horror genre in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because I Know What You Did Last Summer came right after, and then a bunch of teen horror movies like The Faculty, also written by Kevin Williamson,
Mm-hmm.
Urban Legend, a lot more teen-based, not just teen-based, like quippy teen-based horror movies, but just quippy teen-based everything, like Dawson's Creek, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I think something like, it's just like, I'm trying to think of more examples, but it just really redefined a genre and helped define a teen like media moment. I think it helps that Clueless came out in the same year.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, Clueless is a year older.
Yeah, Clueless is 90.
95 and Scream's 96.
I think Clueless is 96. No, Clueless is 95. You were right.
But still, Clueless helps with this
Yeah.
like snarky teen. They always know what to say. Scream's kind of the same. But then like She's All That comes out relatively soon, which also has Matthew Lillard. I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer comes out around this time, and that's a very quippy, strong final girl, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's directly inspired by Scream, but it's part of this moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think like Eliza Dushku, who plays one of the main characters in a later season of Buffy, is like pretty much known for being very quippy, just like these characters. I mean, she's also in like every quippy movie ever. She's also the quippy girl in fucking Bring It On, like you know. So very much, like I said, it's that ironic detachment of Gen X that's like a thing.
Right, because I think this kind of like style of writing goes all the way through to now. I mean, you see it in movies like Mean Girls, in TV shows like Community. This kind of just, I think it's influential to writing from like, you can see kind of this influence on the works of Diablo Cody, who's very known for her quippy dialogue, who has such a unique voice. I think Jennifer's Body is a film that is part of the Scream influence.
Yeah, definitely.
Not to say that Scream's the only film, like I think Heathers has a lot of influence as well.
Yes.
But Scream might be
Jawbreaker as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, Final Destination is a product of Scream influence. Created by friend of the show, Jeffrey Reddick, who was on the show with me for my 100th interview. And we talked about Wes Craven, and we talked a lot about Scream and how influential that was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't even think about this. I'm just like, the movie Jawbreaker, which came out 3 years after Scream, 99, and stars Rose McGowan.
Oh, yeah.
Is like very Heathers meets Scream meets John Hughes movie.
Right.
So 10 out of 10 recommend that if you're into Scream. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just influenced so much. I mean, it also helped with like the rise of MTV and media saturation, because Scream was almost exclusively promoted on MTV.
Right. And it was
two teenagers.
I believe MTV is the one that produced the TV show
spin-off.
Yeah.
And Scream was a very word-of-mouth movie when it came out. It didn't have a big opening. I think it got like third or fourth opening weekend. But then it made more money its second week, and that does not happen.
No.
Normally, movies like from their first to second weekend, it's a 60% drop.
Yeah.
And that's considered very successful. That's considered really good to have a 60% drop.
Yeah.
Scream, I could be wrong, but like I'm pretty sure Scream had an increase. I don't know what the number was, but I'm pretty sure it was an increase, and then like it increased again. It was in theaters till like April or May of the fall. It came out in December of '96.
Damn.
And came out and like was in theaters almost to the springtime of '97, which is insane to consider that Scream 2 came out later in '97.
Yeah.
But it was in theaters for a very long time because it kept making money. Because not only did the initial small group of people who watched it, they loved it, told all their friends to go see it, and then they, judging from the numbers, saw it multiple times.
Yeah. Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
In 2025, do you think that Ghostface is the most iconic slasher? Because I feel like he's really been trendy, like, in the last 5 years, even.
I think he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's more iconic than Michael.
I think my hot take is that I think overall you're correct. I think among the youths, it's Ghostface.
I mean, I am not a Ute. What's a Ute? That's a comedy. But I don't know. I think it's a little hard. The main reason why I think it's kind of hard to say is because Ghostface is not a character. Ghostface is a vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those like there are Billy's. I don't want to say all. Well, fuck it.
No.
Spoilers for every Scream movie.
We're not doing that. You don't need to spoil we don't need to count all of them.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Ghostfaces.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But Ghostface is like, have you guys seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I really thought you were about to ask if we've seen Scream, and I was like, what have we been doing?
Yes, we've
yes.
seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
When you put on that, anyone can wear the mask.
Dark use of that quote, but yes, true.
The same applies to Ghostface.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because, like, Spider-Man is, like, Peter Parker's a character.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is an alter ego. Spider-Man is a persona.
Yeah.
Ghostface is a person. So that's why it's hard for me to be like, as a slasher, Ghostface is not. It's an identity. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is a character. Ghostface is a vibe.
Right.
That being said, I still think Mikey overall is the most iconic. Helps that Mikey My still has movies as well.
Yeah.
I know Halloween Ends came out in 2022, and there hasn't been one since, but Scream 6 came out in 2023.
Right.
Hasn't been one since.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Michael went anywhere. I would say Ghostface is bigger than Freddy now. I would say he's bigger than Jason now.
Yeah.
That second spot, I think you could make an argument for Chucky, because Chucky never went away. There were always movies coming, and then that show was very popular, I feel like.
I still feel like I think that Ghostface takes the cake.
I just want to be like, I can't say definitively.
Okay.
Me personally, I like Ghostface more than I like Chucky.
I will say definitively that I think it's Ghostface.
And that's for the people to decide. So comment on our posts if you think Ghostface or Chucky is more iconic.
I'll get into Instagram or Twitter fights with all of you.
I don't
find me.
I don't got time for that.
He's not gonna do that, but I will. So.
Yeah, I think there's a strong argument for Ghostface, but for me, it's Mikey.
Fair. Would you like to do our superlatives now?
Well, do we have more to say on cultural?
Well, that's kind of what I'm asking you. That's why I stopped talking, because I personally don't.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Scream is magnificent.
Definitely.
I think it's one of the horror greats. I think it might be one of the most iconic movies we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that Matthew Lillard and Steve Ulrich are going to share the screen again in the very, very near future.
What?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Matthew Lillard was in the first one.
Yeah.
The Skeet Ulrich thing is for sure just a nod to
Well, yeah, of course
fandom.
it is.
Just great. Yeah. But
It's a nod.
yeah.
It's a nod to.
we didn't even
It's a
talk
nod to
about.
Riverdale.
We didn't even mention Scary Movie.
Which is
okay.
crazy. Which
That's
is like
good.
like a huge.
We don't have to.
Listen, nobody needs to talk about a scary movie, but like
It's a big
Ghostface.
part of the
is a
Ghostface
huge part of
Scream
it.
legacy.
That's fair.
Especially when you remember, and you guys might know this
With
fun
the
fact
tongue
already.
sticking out.
Scream's original title was Scary Movie.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I did.
So, I think it's time to move on
Of course.
to our Scream superlatives.
All right.
Superlative screams?
Yeah.
I like that. I like saying that better.
Okay.
Superlative
It rolls
screams.
off the
Superlative
tongue a little better, yeah.
screams.
Yeah.
All right, Austin. Who would you save?
I would save Tatum.
Are we gonna have all the same answers again?
Again? Well,
I
here's
said
the thing. She was getting beer. She was being a wonderful friend. She was doing the Lord's work.
she literally she's a ride or die because she was like,
Mhm.
I don't really understand why you were still so paranoid about this thing, but you are coming over and you are hanging out at my house and you're staying with me.
Yeah.
She was an OG.
And she's a hype girl, too, because after Sydney just decks Gail in the face,
Mhm.
she has one of my favorite lines in any movie. I'll send you a copy. Bam! Bitch went down. Bam! Sydney. Super bitch.
It's so good. So I would say Tatum
Mm-hmm.
or Stu because he's the love of my life, but that's...
He's a murderer.
I heard you. I hear you, but it's peer pressure.
His mom and dad are gonna be so mad at him.
Oh, that's such a good line too. All right, what's your favorite scare?
There's a lot of good ones because I don't know if you guys know this, but Wes Craven is kind of a master of horror.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good at
He's
what he
aight.
does. He's aight.
We've barely talked about it.
I think my favorite scare... Well, there's so many great chase scenes, too. I think my favorite scare... Well, the part that scares me, it's not like a jump scare or anything, but the part that kind of freaks me out is the scene in the kitchen when Billy and Stu are doing their monologue.
Mm-hmm.
The whole, movies don't create psychos, movies make psychos more creative.
Yeah.
And they're stabbing each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It's dark. It's
It is.
twisted.
It is like one of those moments that's weird because it should be obvious before this, but every time I see this movie, that moment is when I'm like, oh damn, they're out of their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a dark scene
Mhm.
that's it's not subtle, but I don't think people give it enough credit for how fucked up it is.
No, because once again, there's also the funny things that
Yeah.
especially Stu is saying, and so it's we're all kind of ha ha. Okay.
And this is an audio format, but Lisa just made the best faces.
Sorry.
I wish this was a video
Sorry, my bad.
podcast sometimes.
But I made a gross face. You get it.
It was amazing. But anyways, it was also they're talking about, trigger warnings, they're talking about raping and murdering Sydney's mom and blaming it on someone else and getting away with it.
Cotton Weary.
Mm-hmm. And Billy's calling Sydney's mom a whore and a slut and flashing her stuff around like Sharon Stone. And Stu just out of pocket goes, and let's face it, Sid, your mom was no Sharon Stone. First off, that's fucking hilarious. Second off, you are talking about her dead mother who you raped and murdered.
Yeah.
That's horrendous. That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But also I laugh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's dark and it's fucked up and it's scary, but it's funny.
Yeah. My favorite scare is probably at the beginning with Casey, Drew Barrymore, when she, like, specifically the moment when she realizes, like, okay, something real is happening, and she's crying on the phone, and she's like, I have a boyfriend, he plays football, and he's gonna beat your ass. And then all they say is, like, turn on the porch light. And she, like, knows immediately.
Is this the greatest opening of any movie ever?
It might be. It's really fucking good.
It's either this or the Star Wars opening crawl. And then the Star Destroyer, like, flying overhead.
Yeah, it's a really good opening.
Or, I don't know, maybe something from, like, Lawrence of Arabia or something. Maybe one of those classic films. But, like, for me, it's either Scream or it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about just horror movies. I'm talking about all of cinema that I've seen and can remember. Because there's probably a banger opening from a movie I haven't seen or I just don't remember.
Right.
But the opening scene is so iconic, and it's surprising to me we are just now mentioning it. This movie is so good, we haven't talked about the scene that is studied in film schools everywhere.
Which is what?
The opening.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like there was another one that we literally didn't talk about. Like,
No. I'm still gushing about the opening.
Yeah, no, it's fucking phenomenal.
And like when we were talking about favorite scare, I'm like, don't do something other than the opening, Austin.
Well, I'm glad you did because it gave me the opportunity to do the opening.
It's just so good.
Though, I mean, the whole thing is phenomenal. But yeah, I think that scene where she, like, because you realize in that scene, like, she's just kind of a teenage girl. So, like, she kind of innocently not so, you can say what you want about her not admitting to having a boyfriend. But there's something very innocent and teenagery about,
playful. She's
like,
a kid.
I'm playfully flirting. And then, like, as soon as she realizes, like, something real is going to happen, she's like, no, like, this is not real. Like,
right.
This is not happening. Yeah.
So there's a point, there's a moment in this scene that makes me laugh every time, because I don't know why, I just think it's so silly. And it's nothing, like, wrong, it's just the way the line is delivered just cracks me up. And it's after he's big and he's strong and he's big and he plays football and he'll kick the shit out of you. It's right after that. Mm-hmm. And Ghostface is just like, I'm shaking in my boots. What his name happened to be? Steve. And it's so, like, I don't know why I think that's so funny. Like, yeah, some fucker named Steve. Like, it's such a random name.
Well, and just, like, the fact that, like, they went after her because she happened to get with Steve and, like, dumped Stu for Steve is crazy.
It's just such a random name in that very tense opening that it could. So I apologize if your name is Steve. I just don't take you seriously.
Sorry to Steve Harrington.
If you want me to take you seriously, you're Steven.
It's fair. Okay, who's your Tony Todd Award for movie MVP?
Everyone.
Fair.
I'll give it to one person. But everyone deserves a shout out. This is a perfect movie.
It's a great movie. It's phenomenal.
But I'm gonna give it to someone who we've covered his films before, and he was ineligible because the month was dedicated to him. But my movie MVP is Wes Craven.
That's fair. That's a good one.
This is his magnum opus, and he was ineligible previously, right. But this is just one of those things where everyone...
He did not report as eligible for the month of Wes Craven.
I'm still hurt.
That's a sports reference for those of you who don't know.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think that's completely fair because this movie wouldn't be the movie it was if it weren't for him.
And he passed on this project.
Yeah.
They had to like convince him, and I talked about this during Wes Craven month when we did the biography episode. But yeah, it could have very easily not been him. And who would have,
I don't know who would have done it better.
so many things would be so different.
Yeah.
Does Kevin Williamson have the career he has? I think he still would have made it because he is such an undeniable talent.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been like the career he has had, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Same with everyone on that cast, because Nev Campbell was an up-and-comer. Rose McGowan, an up-and-comer. Matthew Lillard, Ski Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy. They all blew up.
Yeah.
You know, the only A-lister, because Courtney Cox was up there, but I don't know if she was A-lister yet. Like, Friends hadn't hit its peak at this point. The only A-lister's Drew Barrymore. And I guess you could count Henry Winkler, because I love Henry Winkler. Everyone knows the Fonz. But you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, totally. We actually were just kind of discussing that. About how, like, Henry Winkler is kind of known as the Fonz, which is so interesting because it's so polar opposite of, like, his actual personality and spirit. And how, yeah, this movie kind of helped him break out of that.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know, he's fantastic in Barry and Parks and Rec.
Yep. In Parks and Rec, where, do you know what his last name is? Do you know who he is?
Isn't it, like, Saperstein?
Reference to last week.
I'm just now realizing
He's
that Parks and
Dr.
Rec is referencing Rosemary's Baby in a very big way.
Yeah.
I refuse to consider it a coincidence.
No, I don't think it is.
It's definitely not. There's a moment in the show where he says, I'm Dr. Saperstein, and then he goes, I know. Like, there's a moment in the show where he acknowledges it.
Yeah.
That's funny. I need to rewatch that show. I've been getting a bunch of clips on my TikTok, and like, I should rewatch Parks and Rec. It's such a good show.
Yeah. So my Tony Todd Award for movie MVP, I'm actually gonna give to Ski Ulrich.
Oh, nice.
I think he does such a good job kind of flipping the switch between, like, he's never really, like, entirely, like, the greatest dude, because he, like, starts out the film pressuring Sydney to have sex with him, right? But like, he's very, like, he goes from, like, kind of just, like, normal kind of skeezy teenage boy to very dark psycho very quickly.
Psychopathic murderer.
And it's so good.
I think it's one of my favorite scenes of the movie is when he stumbles down the stairs and closes and locks the door and then slowly turns with that grin on his face. It's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Yeah.
Anthony Perkins, Psycho.
Yep. So is the score better than Joss?
No.
No.
But I think it's actually low-key an underrated score.
I completely agree.
It's unique.
I think Marco Beltrami is an underrated composer.
Yes.
In general.
High-key agree.
He's done all of the Scream movies.
iRobot.
He did iRobot. He's done The Hurt Locker. He did A Quiet Place, which I think is one of the greatest. That score plays with soundscape so well.
We previously talked about him on the Red Eye episode.
Yes. He also did one of my favorite scores of all time, which is the Logan score.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's probably the most underrated score, at least in my personal opinion. I know that's not, like, you know, something people talk about a lot, but that's kind of what makes it underrated. So, yeah.
I think Marco Beltrami is really good. I think this score is very, very underrated. There's a lot of, like hauntingly sad female vocal melodies.
Yes.
There's some, like, ripping, distorted electric guitar. There's some, like, classic, almost 50s brass writing.
Yeah.
There's so many influences from so many when Wes Craven hired Marco Beltrami to do Scream, Marco Beltrami's like, I don't really watch horror movies. I don't really know this genre. So I'm just going to try something, and came up with something, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good that he didn't know the genre because he came up with something really unique.
Yeah. I also think this is a good time to talk about Red Right Hand. Which is kind of the official theme of the Scream movies.
Yeah, because it's played in almost every Scream film.
All of them except for Scream 4.
Yeah.
Because of copyright, for some reason. But I think that Marco Beltrami uses the motifs from Red Right Hand really well in other parts of the movie, which is nice. So, yeah, I just think he's very underrated.
And also an underrated soundtrack.
Yeah.
School's Out, Perfect Needle Drop.
Beautiful.
But like, Red Right Hand.
That's the one.
Yep. There's this really like chill acoustic version of "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Mm-hmm.
Say a prayer for the youth. Wait, what's the song? The Youth of America.
Yeah.
I forgot how it went for a second, but like that. And also, I know we talked about on the Patreon, subscribe for $3 a month. I know we talked about Music of the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Wes Craven is a classical music fan.
Yeah.
But when he has a group of high school jocks singing Ride of the Valkyries to go see their deceased principal's like hanging corpse.
Yeah. It's good. It's just good.
He likes classical music.
He does. He does. So is this a fine addition to your collection?
Yes, very much so. I own it on Blu-ray, and I own it on 4K Steelbook. I have like 8 Scream shirts. I'm wearing one of them right now as we're recording this.
Yes, you are.
I have multiple artworks of Ghostface. I have a couple masks, one of which is signed by Ski Ulrich. I have Funko Pops of Ghostface, figures of Ghostface. I am a Scream collector.
Fair. This is something that I really want to get like a box set of.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not sure if they have a box set yet.
they do, but not for like full. Like they have like the first 3 movies, and they have like, you know. So, but I would love to get them all together.
It's a good one.
All right,
Good
everybody,
series.
get out your Letterboxd reviews, please.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy, you're up first.
Okay.
Give me your Letterboxd review.
So I gave this movie 5 stars and a heart.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't said it yet on this episode. I think this is my favorite horror movie as well. So
Twins.
like one of the first horror movies I ever saw was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nice.
And I don't remember who it was, but somebody was like, "You should see Scream." That's in the same vein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And every time I watch it, I feel like I love it more. Anyway, so I
get that.
I gave this movie 5 stars and a heart, and I wrote, as the wonderful poet Gerard Way once said, "Teenagers scared the living shit out of me."
That's good. I gave this 5 stars and a heart as well. And I said, phone anxiety on all-time high.
I love it. It's so real. It's a reason why millennials and younger... Scream is the reason why millennials and younger do not answer the phone. I believe that with all my heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I read one of my favorite reviews that somebody else did? And then I know we don't normally do this, but it is one of my favorites. This is from Sierra from April 13th, 2018. She gave this 4.5 stars and a heart. And she said, "I already knew Billy was going to be the killer because I've seen so many 15-year-old girls on Tumblr nutting over pics of him covered in blood. But I did not suspect Shaggy from Scooby-Doo for one goddamn second. Consider me shook."
That is iconic.
And I just love that. And that's the pretty much the visual representation of the 2 killer trope and how that is unique.
That is fucking hilarious.
So let's talk about Supernatural alumni.
Or, fuck me, I guess.
Didn't you already give your review?
No.
I thought your review was the millennial one. I'm sorry.
No,
Oh, no, I was just
making a
commenting
comment.
on your...
That's so awkward. Okay.
You fully were like, I want to read one. I know we never do this, but I'd like to read one of theirs. and then move the fuck on.
I really and truly thought that was your review. I'm really sorry.
That is fucking hilarious.
I thought that was your review.
So
What the fuck is wrong with you? It's not that funny.
it's really funny.
I really don't think it's that funny. It was an honest mistake.
Honest mistakes can be funny.
You just said it so chill. Like, you literally go, all right, so Supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm like, fuck me, I guess.
Forgive me for being excited for Matthew Lillard. My bad.
Fair. But here's my Letterboxd
Anyway,
review.
Austin, what is your Letterboxd review?
I also, so 3 for 3, 5 stars and a heart.
Fuck yeah.
Austin's 2025 Spooky-thon number 3.
Mhm.
Is this the most quotable movie ever, or have I watched this movie too many times? Probably a little bit of both.
Fair.
I also want to highlight that according to Letterboxd, I'm pulling up my all-time stats. So since 2018, I have seen Scream. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
11 times.
Jesus.
It is my third most watched film according to Letterboxd.
Can I guess your
Yeah,
top
can
two?
we figure those out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my one.
Is Jurassic Park and Jaws?
You're 2 for 2.
Let's go.
Jurassic Park is my most, since 2018,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park is my most watched film 20 times.
Yeah.
And Jaws is number 2 at 13.
Okay, I want to know what your guesses were going to be.
It was those two as well.
Oh, okay.
That or like 2025 War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
yeah, since September 1st, I have seen that more than 11
I've
times.
seen that 21 times.
There hasn't even been 11 days.
You've just watched it on repeat.
Yeah. That's funny. So, just because I want to, Jurassic Park, it's 20 times, Jaws is 13 times, Scream is 11 times. Obviously, I've seen these movies way more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Considering Lifetime, I think Scream is probably around 20 Lifetime. I used to watch it all the time in high school, and I showed all my friends Scream.
Yeah.
Predator comes in at 10 times. Avengers Endgame comes in at 10 times. And The Empire Strikes Back comes in at 10 times. So those 6 films are my 10-timers club.
Okay.
And they will be joined very soon by Gremlins and Godzilla vs. Kong, which are both 9 times.
Fair.
So I love rewatching movies. If you guys couldn't tell.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just seeing really quick if I have any banger reviews for Scream. Nah, they're all, Oh, here's one review I'll say. This was when I watched it March 28th, 2021. Casting the Fonz to play a principal and playing Schools Out right after his death scene is the kind of filmmaking I aspire to.
Amen.
Amen. So, Supernatural alumni.
So, our big Supernatural alumni, I'm sure you could have guessed this, is Matthew Lillard.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, so we talked about this episode a few weeks ago. Not a few weeks ago now, it's a few months ago. When we did I Know What You Did last summer, because Sarah Michelle Gellar is also, and Freddie Prinze Jr. are also alumni of Supernatural.
And Scooby-Doo.
Yes,
Oh,
because
I remember.
they
I
did
remember
a Supernatural Scooby-Doo crossover.
I remember now.
Yeah. Very, very good. Very fun episode.
That's awesome.
That's what happens when you have 10 million seasons is you kind of just get to the end and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You run out of ideas.
But
It's
hey,
fucking
that's
awesome.
it's all yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
So,
if the Fonz could literally jump a shark, why can't Supernatural and Scooby-Doo team up?
exactly.
Matthew Lillard is also in an episode of Criminal Minds where he plays a serial killer who is very Stumacher inspired.
That's fun.
And he's in an episode of House where he plays like a deadbeat dad, a wannabe rock star.
Oh. He's also in the show Good Girls, which allegedly takes place in Detroit, and it's really funny because they'll be like, I'm going to Troy, Michigan, and then there will be palm trees in the background. Anyway, that's not the point.
Is that the only Supernatural alumni?
Yes.
Can I say that there is a Michigan State alumni
Please.
involved with Scream?
Please.
Me, I like Scream. No.
It's me because I really like the movie.
They're one of the producers on this film. Her name is Marianne Madalena.
Mm-hmm.
She is a Michigan State alumni. She was actually born in Lansing. She became a producer with Wes Craven and worked with him on a bunch of films.
Amazing.
Including Wes Craven's New Nightmare, The People Under the Stairs. I think she started working with him and Deadly Friend, which has the infamous basketball scene.
Nice.
And she's been involved with the Scream franchise. Like, she's worked on every Scream film. She worked on the Last House on the Left remake, Cursed, like all Music of the Heart. She was a producer on.
Hell yeah.
So she went to Michigan State. She's a psychotic producer. And it was her that found, on a location scout, found the Ghostface mask.
Oh, nice.
So
That's so funny. I wonder if she had anything to do with the sequel being filmed in Dearborn.
maybe.
Because I don't know how much... I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, but one of the sequels was filmed at a middle school in the district that I actually teach at. Shout out Dearborn Public Schools.
Yeah, and a lot of it was in Ann Arbor, too.
Yes. And then the
Part of
video...
it would have been because Michigan had really good film incentives
Yeah.
in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
Absolutely.
A lot of films were being shot here.
Yeah, but Woodworth Middle School was the backdrop for Woodsboro.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we have a new special edition superlative because it's a new month. And this month we are going to be talking about, drumroll please.
I'm not a drummer.
Yeah, I'm bad at this. Jeremy is, but he's not paying attention. So.
Sorry, I'm watching J.J. McCarthy play like butt.
And that's another sports reference.
We like sports and we don't care. Who knows?
So our special edition superlative for this month is best kill. Now, before we started recording, all three of us were like, we're pretty sure we have the same best kill. So I would like to know if that's correct. Who do you want to start with?
I'll say it.
On the count of three, we all say the name of the character who's killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,
Two.
Whoa,
Wait,
hold on. Hold
Are we
on.
starting from 1 or are we starting for 3?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, on the count of 3 implies we go up to 3.
Okay, I didn't
Okay,
think that's
we
true.
ready?
But
We ready? 1, 2, 3.
Tatum.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
It's the garage door kill.
It is the long range kill.
It's the only long range kill. It's the best murder weapon.
The one where Ghostface was like, fuck, I didn't think that'd work.
Yeah.
He
It's
really just kind
so
of goes.
fucked.
He really just kind of just like presses the button kind of on a whim.
Right. Like, I think he's intending to slow her down, and then he's like, that was easy.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
I love Tatum, and she was kicking his ass.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was winging that fight.
But he just pulled out the stage fatality.
It's just a really hard one because it's like, it's so fucking awesome
Yeah.
and also so brutal and also you're so sad because I love Tatum.
Right. But, you know, there's a lot of great kills in this. You got to shout out Casey Becker.
Yeah.
You got to shout out Kenny the cameraman.
Steve.
The guts were pretty cool,
Yeah.
you know. But with those two in particular, the guts were actually, like, supposed to fall out.
Yeah.
But the MPAA's like, no.
no.
A lot of Scream was cut.
Yeah.
And when Kenny the cameraman gets his throat slit, he played by iconic character actor W. Earl Brown. Anyway, I just had to mention him because he's awesome. apparently when he gets his throat slit, his acting was so traumatizing to the review board that they wanted Wes Craven to cut the scene.
Oh wow.
And they cut a lot of it out, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's not as bad as you make it out to be. You're just feeling for that character and that performance.
Right.
He was his acting in that scene was so good that the MPAA was like fucked up from it. They also just did not like Wes Craven, so.
Well, yeah. I'm going to give an honorable mention because I don't think this will count as a best kill because it's not done by the slasher.
Mm-hmm.
But last fucking kill of the movie, when Randy's like, this is the part where the bad guy would come back for one last scare, and he does, and she shoots him right in the forehead and says, not in my movie.
So good.
That's final girl shit.
Mm-hmm. And also, you might as well give a honorable mention to when she drops a fucking TV on Stu Macher's head.
True and real.
That's creative.
Yup.
You would like imagine Jason Voorhees doing that to someone.
Yeah. I just love, here's the thing. There's two things that I love. I love a good creative kill. I also love a good one-liner. And she hit both with both of those two killers. So
In your dreams.
10 out of 10.
The only other killer I've seen use a TV is Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say that's Freddy vibes.
Who's in the dreams.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a lot. And Wes Craven's dressed up as Freddy Krueger in this movie.
Yeah, he is.
My favorite of many cameos in this movie. Because also Linda Blair plays... If you don't know who Linda Blair is, she is Reagan from The Exorcist.
Oh, Linda Blair is also in Supernatural for an episode.
Oh! What?
Yeah. I just figured I would save that one for if we do The Exorcist, but she is in Supernatural. So we'll talk more about that when we actually do that episode. But since you brought her up, yes, she's also
So this
in an
has
episode.
multiple Supernatural
Yeah.
alumni. Okay, so
Technically
Matthew
true.
Lillard, Linda Blair, who, if you don't know where she is in Scream, she plays one of the reporters, and she just yells, I think to Cindy, "What is it like to almost be brutally murdered?"
She is credited as obnoxious reporter.
It's awesome.
Yep.
And she's worked with Wes Craven before, so she was like, oh yeah, I'll do this fun thing for you.
Yeah.
And one more person I guess this isn't a cameo, I just want to acknowledge her. So Frances Lee McCain.
Okay.
She plays Tatum and Dewey's mom.
Okay.
She appears in one scene where it's like, the phone's for Sydney.
Right.
Is it her dad? I don't think so. You would know her from Gremlins as Billy Peltzer's mom.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Back to the Future as, I guess, Marty's grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Leah Thompson's mother. She's in more iconic stuff, but
Yeah.
Oh, Footloose. She's
Yeah.
in Footloose. She's in Stand By Me. Like
What's her name again?
Frances Lee McCain. Yeah, but I'm just like briefly scrolling through her IMDb. She's in Better Call Saul.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
She's in Preacher. She's in a lot of amazing things. Patch Adams, Scream. The 80s was like her prime.
She was in Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm. Alfred Hitchcock episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Back to the Future, Gremlins, like Footloose. She needed to be highlighted.
For sure. Okay, Austin. Would you die?
No,
Why?
because I'm a man. No, that's a joke. I wouldn't die because I know the rules.
A lot of these guys know the rules.
And yet Randy lived. And
That's
everyone
true.
tells me I remind them of Randy.
You do remind me of Randy.
I
He
don't
lives in
I
this
don't
one.
see it. Wait, what?
He lives in this one.
Yeah. Well, spoilers for next year.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't die.
That's fair.
Because Billy Loomis would be like, "Who's the killer?" And Friday the 13th, I'd be like, "Mrs. Voorhees." And he'd be like, "Fuck." And then I'd live.
Fair.
How about you? Would you die?
Yes. They're really hot, Austin.
That's fair.
So where can the people find you on social media?
You can find me
Walking in the wind.
at your local video store ranting about how the police would save time if they would just watch Prom Night. And helping people find that werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom. No, you can find me on the social medias at Austin M. Torres, primarily Instagram and Letterboxd. You can find the show's social media at Would You Die Show. On all the socials, primarily Instagram for that one. Subscribe to us on YouTube where you can listen to the pod. You can watch our show Spooky Spotlight, hosted by Deanna Hope, and huge Scream fan. You can watch my short films, including The Blood Witch, which is turning a year old at the time of this episode's release, and features multiple Scream references.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can subscribe to our Patreon for only $3 a month, where you can, we have bonus episodes on non-horror movies that relate to the theme of the month. We talk about sports, because we like them.
We don't care who knows.
No, we don't.
We have a good backlog of some bonus episodes at this point that we've done together. So if you subscribe, you'll have a lot of extra bonus content to look forward to, and then obviously more in the future. So.
And I really do think it's worth that $3 a month, and it really helps us out.
Totally.
Where can the people find you?
The people can find me in the garage getting drinks for all of our friends, but also on social media at Whimsawillow. What about you, Jeremy?
You guys can find me at the fountain talking about how I definitely didn't do it. But really, you can find me at Annually Funny at all platforms, including Letterboxd, Instagram, Twitter.
To talk about those sports.
To talk about them. You can see me get mad about the Tigers. And now, the Lions.
Our production is done by Jeremy Lippitt. Our music is done by Josie Palmer. Our graphics are done by Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative. Austin, do you have a hint for next week?
Next week's episode, I am so excited because this is an insane movie. And I'm just excited to show Lisa this movie.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It is insane. I don't know how else to put it.
That's your hint. It's insane.
I'm just excited for Lisa to see it.
Fair. I don't know what to expect, so.
I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Try not to die.